Hi, I am Raisam Hiresh, Chief Editor, Jaico Publishing House. I am very excited to launch Robin Sharma's new book in India, The Leader Who Had No Title. Here's Robin to talk to you about his new book. Welcome, Robin.
Hi, it's Robin Sharma. Well, I'm here at home, and I really appreciate this opportunity to tell you about my new book, The Leader Who Had No Title, a modern fable about real success in business and in life. Well, it's almost taken me 15 years to write this book, and the reason I say that is this book is really the distillation of what I've been doing in multiple countries around the world for the past 15 years. The main idea of this book is a very game-changing and powerful idea, which is you can lead without a title. Whether you work in the mailroom or the boardroom, whether you drive a taxi, run a company, lead an organization, are at home with a family, you're a nurse, a doctor, a teacher, an astronaut, no matter what you do, even if you don't have a title, you still have the opportunity and the responsibility to show leadership. Mother Teresa said it very well. She said, if everyone would only sweep their own doorstep, the whole world would be clean. And so this book, The Leader Who Had No Title, is really about this idea that every single one of us, regardless of our current conditions, regardless of whether we have a title or not within an organization, regardless of our personal history, we all can show leadership. Because leadership is not about a title on a business card. Leadership is a way of thinking. It's a way of being. It's a way of occurring in the world and shifting from, as I say in the book, victimhood into leadership. And so the book really contains a system or a formula that I've been teaching to many of the Fortune 500 companies and many of the billionaires and superstar CEOs that I've been quietly coaching for the past 15 years. And what I've done is I've taken all these ideas and the process that I shared with them, and I've distilled it into a fun, simple, step-by-step system that is the essence of The Leader Who Had No Title. The book is very much a story like The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari. Now, it's very different from The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari because the characters are all different, the ideas are different, the philosophy is different. The Leader Who Had No Title is very, very, very much a leadership book. It's all about leading without a title. It's all about working at wow and playing at your peak and getting to your absolute best as a human being. But it is a story. The lead character, his name is Blake Davis. He's in his late 20s, he's struggling, he's frustrated, he's a victim, he's full of worry, he's scared, he's not performing at his absolute best by any way, and he's pretty well living a discouraged life. One day, in a bookstore, the beginning of the book is in a bookstore, because I love books, I love interacting with booksellers. My home is filled with books. My dad said to me when I was growing up, Robin, he said, cut back on your rent, cut back on your food, but never miss an opportunity to buy a book. And I have fallen in love with reading, and I have fallen in love with books in the most dramatic of ways. And I've shared that philosophy with so many people. So it occurs in a bookstore at the beginning, and Blake Davis, this young person who's stuck in life, meets this remarkably eccentric gentleman. I don't want to give away too much, but basically the gentleman says, you know what, I can expose you to 4 teachers if you give me just a single day. So the young hero agrees, and over this remarkable day that the two of them spend together, this star of the book and his mentor, they meet 4 teachers who share the lead without a title philosophy. The first teacher is a housekeeper who works in a hotel. And she could easily say, I'm just a housekeeper, I'm not managing director, I'm not a president, I'm not well educated, so how can I make a difference? But instead, she shares a very powerful conversation on the true nature of leadership and the fact that if you are breathing, you have the opportunity to show leadership within your area of responsibility. And she talks about innovation, she talks about authenticity. Oscar Wilde said it really well. He said, be yourself, everyone else is taken. Jack Welch, the former leader of General Electric, said, don't lose yourself on the way to the top. So in this first conversation, the teacher is Anna, this hotel housekeeper, you will learn about innovation. You will learn what the best do in business and in sports and in science, the great geniuses, how they think, how they perform, what's their secret sauce that allows them to get the spectacular results that they've received. The second teacher is Ty Boyd, a ski professional who teaches the conversation and the big idea, which is turbulent times build better leaders. You look at the global economy right now, you look at the pace of change right now, you look at the disruption, the world is a confusing place. Well, this second conversation taught by the teacher who's a ski pro will help you manage change. And not only manage change, but really turn problems into opportunity and turn adversities into chances to become an even better leader, an even bigger, stronger, more confident, fun-loving human being. And one of the lines in the book is a powerful one, I think. It says, the more you go to your limits, the wider your limits will grow. And I think the idea there is really, the more you run towards your fears, the more you will reclaim your power and your freedom. And the worst move you could make is stay within the confines of your comfort zone. The smartest move you could make is to move out to the blue ocean where growth, possibility, innovation, and opportunity lives. Okay, the third teacher that they're exposed to, he's a gardener, former CEO, but now he's a gardener. And he shares a powerful idea on the lead without a title philosophy, the third real big idea in the book, which is the stronger your relationship, the better your leadership. Business is all about conversations. Life is all about relationships. We live in an interesting world. We have more technology than ever before and less humanity. And so this chapter and this section of the book will really help you build customer loyalty. It will really help you become a merchant of wow. It will help you become so good with your team, with your coworkers, with your customers, with your families, with your friends, with strangers on the street, that when people see you in action, they will say wow. And you will develop a following of fanatical followers because you are so good at what you do. It will teach you the importance of promise keeping. It will teach you how to build higher trust. It will teach you how to get more respect, how to get more appreciation. One of the lines in the book is, give away what you most want to receive. So if you want more respect, give more respect. You want more appreciation, give more appreciation. At home, if you want more love, give away more love. And that brings me to the final conversation of the leader who had no title, which is one of the most important. And it's a theme running through a lot of my books, but this section of the book is different from anything I've written, just like the whole book is different from anything I've written in the past. It's a very fresh book. It's a very innovative way that I'm starting to write. And it's really, as I said, this summary and distillation of everything I've learned about peak performance and playing at genius and delivering exceptional results and being a world-class leader and a world-class human being over the past 15 years. And this conversation is really about a simple idea, which is to be a great leader, first become a great human being. And we forget that. And so I talk about, in this section of the book, the 7 fundamentals of personal leadership. Basically 7 secrets that the geniuses, billionaires, superstars do in their quiet moments that most people don't do. And if ordinary people did them, they would lift their game, lift their performance, lift their life, lift their prosperity, lift their thinking, lift their happiness to a whole new level of wow. So that's really a summary of The Leader Who Had No Title. Obviously, I'm very passionate about it because when I wrote this book, I asked myself this question: what do I need to write in this book so that if I never wrote another book again, my entire message about what was most important as a human being, as a leader without a title, would be in those 201 pages. So in many ways, this is my legacy book. It contains the truest ideas and the best practices I could possibly share with someone to allow them to awaken their inner leader and ultimately make a difference in the world around you by the person that you become. Margaret Mead, the book ends with a quote from Margaret Mead. She said, "Never doubt the fact that a small group of thoughtful, committed people can change the world. That's the only group that ever has." And the book opens with an idea from Gandhi, which is, in a gentle way you can shake the world. And that's really what The Leader Who Had No Title is all about. I thank my publisher, Jaco, in India, for believing so strongly in the power of this book. I know this book will help many, many people, and I hope you really enjoy it and help me spread this message about leading with without a title. Thank you so very much. I'm very grateful for all your support. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Robin. I'm sure the listeners will support and readers would enjoy your new book.